The life of a monk is a difficult one. It requires intense discipline and for you to dedicate yourself entirely to Christ. North of Katusi, on top of a mountain, there is a monastery that stood for centuries. This is the story of Motsameta. Deep in the mountains of the Imerti region of Georgia, amongst the trees and rivers, there is a holy place. This is the Motsameta Monastery, which means the place of martyrs. Our story begins with the rebellion of two princes. Their names are Saint David and Saint Constantine. In the 8th century, the Persian Caliphate invaded Georgia, Armenia, and parts of Byzantium, known as Eastern Rome back then. The princes gathered their armies and asked the people to pray for victory. They would meet the Persians near the city of Argovedi. The battle would commence to the north on the Persati mountain. The Georgians won the battle. The Persians were furious and gathered a larger army to attack the city of Argovedi. Outnumbered, the Georgians were forced to retreat. The princes, however, refused to abandon their people. They were captured by the Persians. They were brought before Marwan the Deaf, who was the leader of Persia. He began to insult and mock the princes. In response, they said,
"Your laughter and boasting are in vain, since earthly glory is fleeting and soon fades away. It is not your valor that has captured us, but our own sins. For the atonement of these sins have we fallen into the hands of the godless enemy."
Furious, Marwan had the princes beaten. They refused to give in. When that didn't work, he attempted to flatter them. He offered them riches and the command of armies. They both refused. He then ordered the brothers to be starved to death. He sent people to check on them after 10 days, but they still refused to give up their faith. They were bound and thrown into a river to drown. That night, a holy light shone down on the river, loosening the binds that had tied the brothers to rocks that kept them at the bottom. Their bodies floated to the surface and were recovered by the Christian faithful. They would then bury the princes. The Motsameta monastery would later be constructed over their graves. The princes' bodies were exhumed and placed inside the monastery. The Red River, which flows nearby, is said to have once had clear water, but after the brothers were thrown in, the water was stained red and has remained so ever since. The monastery was constructed in the 11th century. It has stood ever since. The princes have been canonized as saints, and their relics are on display inside the monastery. Visitors are encouraged to pray over the relics and seek quiet reflection during services held inside the chapel. There is also a well on monastery grounds that houses holy water. Orthodox Christians can drink from the water, although it is forbidden for non-Orthodox to drink from it. The Motsameta Monastery is an incredible look into Georgia's spiritual past. It's a great place for prayer and soulful reflection. It offers a beautiful view of the surrounding area. If you're ever in Kutaisi, it's a must-see. The place of martyrs and the brothers St. David and St. Constantine shall never be forgotten.
Jet streams, red as a whipped back, suffering the ignorance of the family tree, keeping in touch as nothing to do with touching. We sit on the floor and eat our breakfast right. BS, a poem in 3D, unconditioned there maybe, a swallow belly dipped in